Tens of thousands prepare to take to San Antonio's streets in possibly the largest Martin Luther King Day March in the nation. Mayor Ron Nirenberg launches his re-election campaign. And with DeMar DeRozan still in a slump, the Spurs fall to the short-handed Clippers. This is your Express Briefing podcast for Monday, January 21st. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts. And get each day's top news and sports headlines delivered to your inbox at expressnews.com/newsletters. 51 years after the tradition began in 1968, more than 100,000 participants are expected to take the streets in San Antonio today for the city's Martin Luther King Jr. March, making it possibly the largest such event in the U.S. That distinction may come as a surprise for a city whose population is just 7% African American and only 8.5% if you count all of Bexar County. But the organizers cite numerous historical reasons for the huge turnout. In 1983, King's birthday became a federal holiday under President Ronald Reagan's signature. Then in 1987, the San Antonio March became an official city event under the leadership of then-Mayor Henry Cisneros and has grown dramatically since. As participants don't have to register and anyone can join in the march, exact numbers are hard to come by, but the city's MLK Commission and San Antonio Police Department estimate there were 200,000 people in 2016 and 2017. Washington, D.C. cites several thousand for its MLK Day marches, and Atlanta touts over 1,000 for its MLK Day Peace Walk. Events start early today with a worship program at 8 a.m. in the parking lot of the MLK Academy, followed by the start of the march at 10. The march ends at Pittman Sullivan Park, where the commemorative program will take place from 11:30 a.m. to 3:30 in the afternoon. This year's keynote speaker is journalist and activist Shaun King, recognized as an advocate for justice and fundraiser for victims of discrimination and brutality. Highlighting strides made toward a more equitable city and the need for another term to build on those efforts, Mayor Ron Nirenberg has launched his campaign for re-election. Speaking in the parking lot of Alamo Stadium, Saturday, Nirenberg told a crowd of more than 150 supporters that he and his administration are building, in his words, a city of the future. Nirenberg was first elected to city council in 2013 and held the seat for 2 terms. Then in 2017, he beat incumbent Mayor Ivy Taylor and Bexar County Democratic Party Chairman Manuel Medina in the first race since the 1990s, where San Antonio's incumbent mayor faced serious opposition in a bid for re-election. During his first term, Nirenberg has made affordable housing and climate action priorities and launched Connect SA to develop a transportation plan for the city's future. At the same time, he has been locked in a dispute between the city and the San Antonio Professional Firefighters Association over health benefits and other contract terms, with the union bringing the dispute to the polls this fall, where voters passed 2 of 3 city charter amendments, giving the fire union unilateral ability to decide to enter into binding arbitration with the city, and also capping the city manager's salary and term length. Nirenberg campaigned against all 3 propositions and has been a vocal supporter of outgoing city manager Cheryl Scully, who announced her retirement less than a month after the election. Councilman Greg Brockhouse is expected to challenge Nirenberg in the mayoral race, but has yet to announce his intentions. The deadline for candidates to file to run is February 15th. And Sunday, the Spurs fell 95-103 to a desperate Los Angeles Clippers team with a 5-game losing streak, missing 2 of its top players. DeMar DeRozan entered the game averaging just 16.3 points on 40.8% shooting for January, numbers that grew worse against the Clippers, finishing with just 8 points on 4 of 16 shooting and 4 turnovers. It was the Spurs' second loss in a row at the AT&T Center after winning 7 in a row there between December 17th and January 10th. Sunday, DeRozan told reporters he's physically fine and says he'll find his way out of the current slump by facing it head-on. The Spurs are on the road Wednesday night in Philadelphia for a 2-game road trip that ends Saturday in New Orleans. And that's your daily San Antonio Express briefing for Monday, January 21st. Subscribe to this and other free content at expressnews.com/podcasts.